Hi everyone, a very good afternoon to all of you. Welcome to Spotlight with Suman. Hi Vaishali. Hello Vasudha. Hi Uditi. Hello Jia. Hi Shimali. Waiting for some more people to join in. Hello Rupa. Hello Grace. Alright, so we are on this platform where I'm going to interact with one of the image consultants from Image Consulting Business Institute. So I'm Suman Agarwal. I will be interacting with one of the image consultants from ICBI. I am the co-founder and director of Image Consulting Business Institute. And we are going to be interacting about where the journey started from and what inspired the image consultant, the so-called image consultant, to take on from here, and what inspired them to start with ICBI, and where did the journey all started from, and what exactly are they doing in their business. So today my guest is Diya Vaswani. She's from Ahmedabad and she's a certified image consultant and a soft skills trainer. So let's see if Diya has already joined in. Okay, so I can see her name already here and I'm sending her a request. So here we go. Hi Diya.
Hello, Mrs. Agarwal. How are you?
Very well. How are you doing?
I'm well. Such an honor to be on this live with you.
Pleasure is mine to have you on this platform, Diya.
Thank you. Thank you,
All
ma'am.
well with you?
Much.
Yes.
Yes.
All well with you, Diya?
All good.
So good to see you here.
Thank you. Thank you. Same here, ma'am. Such an honor.
So we would like to know that what were you doing prior to joining ICBI?
Prior to joining ICBI, actually, so I'm born and brought up in Bombay, and I finished my graduation in banking and insurance, which is something absolutely drastically different from what I'm doing right now. But the thing was, I was always very interested in styling. I loved watching movies which had a lot of fancy clothes. So my mom was a designer, so I loved, getting outfits together, put together from it. And also, I loved how a simple outfit can be made so glam after you put accessories to it and all of that. So my idea of styling and image consulting, it always fancied me. It always sparked a little fire in me. So I shifted to Ahmedabad just after my graduation. I did my internship at an investment banking firm, and I completed that, and I got engaged. So after I got married, I came across image consulting, and I thought, this is something that I really want to do. It just sparks that little fire, that passion in me, something that I really like. So from Bombay to banking and insurance to image consulting is where my journey has been.
So how come image consulting out of all the other options that one could explore?
The thing is, ma'am, image consulting included the best part about image consulting is that it it included soft skills training as well. So I always loved training. I was not a trainer anywhere, but I always liked the idea of putting across my learnings to people, be it in whatever field. So whether it was whether it was related to what I was doing earlier, or whether it was styling, or whether it was soft skills. What I learned, I loved the idea of imparting it to other people. So when I came across image consulting, so it was not only for me that I liked, I loved the idea that I could pass it on to other people, become an image consultant myself, and train other people as to simple things like, dressing well is not dressing expensive. So a lot of people don't get the idea of, some people think, you need expensive clothes, you need to have a luxurious lifestyle in order to look good. So, just imparting such a simple knowledge to people as to this is not, the truth. You can style yourself even when you pick up an outfit from the street, like from a flea market, you could just style it well. So first I thought I should learn it myself, and then I really like the idea of imparting it to other people. So that is how I chose image consulting.
Absolutely. This is something which I think people need to realize, that style is not something about, making or wearing fancy clothes. It's all about, putting together a look which could be, with, two,
it could just be like,
it could be, as cheap as, wearing something which is like maybe found on the streets.
Absolutely, ma'am. And being from Bombay, street shopping is a very big thing in Bombay. So back in college, you love picking clothes from the street and just wearing them once or twice, but styling them in such a manner that it doesn't look like a street side top or a flea market top. Just styling it in such a manner that it looks really nice. So that is something that I love doing even till date. Even now when I'm traveling, I love going to these local markets, the flea markets, picking up things, that I can put together and form a look. So that is something that is, really I was passionate about.
So tell me, as an image consultant, what kind of assignments do you undertake?
As an image consultant, I've done a lot of different assignments. One, I love doing one-on-one consultations, but even in one-on-one consultations, I've done a lot of a variety of people. So I've had clients I've had a girl who was in the 10th standard. I've had clients, a lady who's a 45-year-old who wanted to learn everything about image and soft skills. So even number one was one-on-one consultations that I did a lot of different clients. Then I've also done a lot of soft skills training sessions at Yuva Unstoppable, which is an NGO in Ahmedabad. I've done a soft skills training session at Shanti Juniors, but for the parents of the kids. So I did a transaction analysis session for them. Then I've also trained at Mrs. India International in Bombay for grooming and etiquette session. Then I've done dining etiquette sessions with the kids of Ahmedabad and for the influencers of Ahmedabad. So this is, I've also done certain styling sessions at Atosa, which is a gallery in Ahmedabad, and at DV Fashion Studio. So, a mix of everything until now that I've done is clients and, soft skills and styling. So it's all of these assignments that I have undertaken.
So share with us one of the most interesting experiences that you've ever, done so far. I mean, which is one of the most interesting one for you?
Okay. So one of the most interesting experiences was, like I said, this 10th standard girl who I had trained. And considering she was in the 10th, like being teenagers, she did not have very high hopes coming to me. She came only because her mom convinced her or forced her, to come to me. And so when she came to me, her attitude was a little like, no, I don't want to learn. That pressure was on her, that just because my mom told me I'm here. But so she came to me so her mom had first booked me just for the dining etiquette session. And so towards the end of the dining etiquette session, she learned a lot and she got really comfortable with me. She was really happy that she got to learn so many minor things, some things that we don't really pay attention to. And so at first she was absolutely against this, but later towards the end of the session, she was really happy and glad that she did it, that she came to me for all other sessions, which is image and soft skills. So that is something that considering she was a teenager, so I could teach her a lot. For example, and also I did this session at Shanti Junior School, the TA, the transaction analysis session for the kids of the parents. So, teaching them minor things like how do you convince a child to do a certain thing is to come down to their level, form eye contact, look into their eyes and convince them to do something. Giving such minor tips, and they were absolutely delighted. So these two were like, in terms of one-on-one consultations, the 10th standard client, the teenager that I had, and this Shanti Junior School, the parents that I conducted the session for, have been really interesting. And because at first they weren't very keen on getting both of them weren't very keen, and post that the reaction and the feedback that I got from them was really nice. So these are the two very interesting pieces of work that I've done.
So tell me, Dia, I mean, people have this, I think, idea, or I should say misconception about the fact that, small cities do not have too many opportunities. In fact, we also have Hina Masand with us, who has joined this interaction right now. I mean, she is there, on this, platform.
Yeah.
She's watching us on this platform. So she is also the engagement head for Vadodara. And she also has this belief that there are several opportunities in smaller cities.
Yes.
But there are also some people who feel that smaller cities have very limited opportunities. What do you think? What is your opinion about this fact?
Being born and brought up in Bombay, I shifted here just a lot later. A lot later when I graduated, after I finished my graduation, I shifted here. So comparing a city like Bombay to a city like Ahmedabad, yes, people do have inhibitions everywhere as to take up an image consulting, as for expert advice and soft skills training. People are not very open to accepting it. But on the other hand, I feel there are more clients here in Ahmedabad who I could train than back in Bombay. So, over there, considering the exposure level is way more than it is here in Ahmedabad, people somehow, don't need, I wouldn't say they don't need, but, here in Ahmedabad, people want to be more exposed. And I started image consulting as a career about 5 years back, and in these 5 years, I can see the difference in the types of clients that I'm getting. So when I began with my career, people didn't even know what image consulting is, so they confused it for a personality development tutor, And now when I see people are, I get inquiries from people on Instagram and from everywhere else, knowing what image consulting is, knowing what soft skills training is, and people. So earlier the concept was that this is only for people who want to get into modeling, or it's basically for a more fancy sort of look if you want to create. But no, that's not true. Now people have understood the fact that even a basic student can form can go to an image consultant. Like this student that I had from the 10th standard, so she she wanted to do get this done for her high school, like when she was going abroad to study. So she came across to learn a lot, so that when she's going abroad, she doesn't need anybody's help. She can manage regarding soft skills, regarding dining etiquette, and regarding how to dress up herself and everything. So all of that is something that I feel there's more opportunity here in Ahmedabad than in Bombay. Like people have now become a lot more open and accepting towards, opting for to go to an image consultant or go to a soft skills trainer. A lot more parents are also, like they want their children to learn, like for example, during the COVID time or the vacations, they want them to learn, small things like dining etiquette or communication skills, body language. All these are just added advantages which people have now understood that they need to, go to for. So I feel that now the acceptance has grown here in Ahmedabad.
Very true. I totally agree with that. So you have been a part of training Mrs. India contestants in Mumbai.
Yes.
On grooming and etiquette.
Yes.
Take us through your entire experience that you've gone through.
Right. Okay. So this opportunity I have got through a friend who herself wanted to come to me for image consulting, but she did not have the time at that point to come to me. And so she was conducting the, she was managing the Mrs. India International pageant back in Bombay. And she told me, why don't you come and you know, do a session for the contestants over there. So I went to Bombay to do the session basically on grooming and etiquette and how basically they should dress up as per their body shape, face shape, and personal style. I did that, but at the same time, the main idea, like which I realized that people do not, you know, the more attention that they needed where there was room for improvement was conducting themselves on the stage, because considering they were finalists, they obviously knew how to, you know, dress up a certain way, they knew how to walk a certain way, since they're given all of these classes about all of that. But you know, how to conduct themselves on the stage, how to put across themselves as a confident person was something that they were lacking, and you know, there was need for improvement. So technically I went for the outside grooming, like for the exterior grooming, but then eventually I had to groom them more on the confidence, on you know, how to conduct themselves on the stage, on how to answer a few questions. So again, coming back to, you know, what I told you, why I found image consulting interesting was because it's a mix of image and soft skills. And I went there as an image consultant. I trained them as an image consultant, but then eventually I had to train them for soft skills regarding communication skills, you know, putting them across as a more confident person and all of that. So and then it was really nice to see them improvise on the same. You know, on the final day, it was that I could actually see. So nothing can be done instantly, but you know, just to boost their level of confidence, to get them, you know, to get their body language right, that was something that I did. And you know, I could actually see like a difference on the main final day, which happened.
Great.
Yes.
Absolutely fantastic. So, Dia, I'm sure you must have noticed that there are a lot of people who have benefited from this program after doing image consulting and soft skills training, and you must have seen a lot of your own batchmates who must have undergone this entire program and have benefited immensely.
Absolutely.
So, how has this course helped you in your own personal and professional development? How have you evolved personally and professionally after undergoing this entire program?
Okay. So, ma'am, like they say, teaching once is learning twice. So, you know, it's not only about teaching my clients what I know, but with each client, I also learn a lot, you know. I get to know about their lifestyle, about what their background is, considering I do.
What I meant was that one is that you are doing your client consulting, but through this program, when you underwent this program, what was you learning at that point of time?
When I underwent my program, okay, at that point I realized, so I was just 23 when I began with image consulting, and you know, the idea that, okay, so for example, there's a chocolate cake, there's a chocolate tea cake, you like it, you eat it, like I love eating a chocolate cake, but you don't realize what you're missing out on unless and until there's like a chocolate syrup poured on it or sprinklers put on it, you know. So without image consulting, there was nothing missing, but as I did the course, I realized that there's so much more, you know, that I could, you know, way that I could conduct myself. There was so much more that I could put myself out there by just a few little changes, you know, in my entire personality. Just probably, you know, being very appropriate, being very professional when needed to. So that is something that, you know, really was the biggest learning while doing the course. That, you know, small changes in you can make such a big difference in yourself, and that is what, you know, actually got me also such a long way. So that is one major thing.
Absolutely.
And
I
while
think somebody's asking that how do you reach out to clients? How are the clients able to know about you and your work?
so it's mainly through social media. I have a page on Instagram by the name of Dia Vaswani Image Consulting, and I put up posts about the work that I do. I put up stories. I ask clients as to if anybody needs a particular session at a particular time, or if anybody wants to come for consultation, they generally send me a message on Instagram or on Facebook. And through clients also, like if I've done one client, they would recommend to another, and that is mainly how I get my business, through social media and through the clients that I'm working with through and through.
Okay, so Dia, what are the two important nuggets you would like to share with all our viewers who are watching this live interaction?
Two important things is that, mainly, ma'am, one is that, people presume that image consulting is all about the exterior. It's all about people looking good on the outside. It's all about, what will she do to me? She'll tell me to wear XYZ clothes and I'm going to look good and all of that. But the main idea of image consulting is that, you don't, it's about inner image as well. Until and unless you don't feel good from within, and until and unless you don't take good care of yourself or look after yourself, anything that I do to change a person will not work. You have to put in that effort. You have to have that acceptance that outfit A may not look as good on me as outfit B when I have recommended something. That is only when you have the acceptance that, okay, that she, is doing it just so that not only for the exterior but also for my inner image. So it's like a cycle. When you dress well, you automatically feel good about yourself. And when you feel good about yourself, you start taking good care of yourself, and hence everything is shown on your outer image. That is what puts your look together. So that is one thing that I have absolutely I would like to share with people. And the second thing is that I would say is that you have to conduct yourself properly. So no matter how good you look, and again, soft skills and image consulting combined, doesn't matter how good you look or how well you present yourself. It's till you don't conduct yourself well out there appropriately, it's not going to work. So if you can look really nice, you can wear $1 million dress, but then if you cannot communicate in a certain manner, if you cannot behave in a certain manner appropriately, it's not going to work. For example, if you are very well dressed for a board meeting, but if you start cracking foul jokes over there, and you don't know how to communicate, it's all going to go down the drain. So these are the two pieces of advice that I would like to share with people.
Okay, so somebody is asking, is image consulting helpful for a young executive?
Absolutely. I think image consulting is helpful in all walks of life. Whether you're a student, whether you're a business person, whether you're a homemaker, there are so many changes that I have explained to two of my clients who have been homemakers, like small things, certain tips that have actually helped them regain their confidence and help them to shower the authority on the family. Certain things that they do not want, like just a small change wherein they feel more confident about themselves, and people look up to them. So whether you're a student, whether you're an executive, whether you're a homemaker, whatever it is, I think image consulting is very, very important and useful in all walks of life.
Okay, I think there are some people who want information about image consulting. Please visit imageconsultinginstitute.com. You will be getting more information on that platform.
Yeah.
This platform is basically to interact with an image consultant to understand what kind of work they are doing, what is the kind of scope in the market, and what exactly is the kind of, what is the kind of work that an image consultant is doing in the market. And we are talking to Dia Vaswani right now, who is an image consultant, an accomplished image consultant. So we are in conversation with Dia Vaswani. So Dia, tell us more about yourself now. Can you share one of your more than a paycheck moment where you felt that it was worth becoming an image consultant?
Right. So I had this client who had recently separated from her husband, and she was really not in the right frame of mind when she came to me. No matter how modern we think we are, but I think divorce is still, it just takes a toll on your mind and health when it comes to, yourself. So she really lost all her confidence, and she did not feel up to it. No matter how, initially in the initial sessions, I had to really, more than image consulting, I had to really actually do sort of a counseling for her, so for her to feel good. And as in when slowly I started making changes in her outfits, in her, her wardrobe. She and then I took soft skills session for her. She regained that confidence in a manner that I was really happy to see her post the sessions. So this client I had done about 2.5 years back, and recently I met her at interning somewhere. And the fact that she had lost the confidence didn't even come to my mind, because right now she's so confident and so happy and so back to what she used to be, as opposed to when she came to me. She was really upset and sad and not feeling up to it. So image consulting didn't change her only on the outside, but it helped her regain her confidence. It helped her conduct herself, or put herself across to the world all over again, which was lacking initially. So that was something that absolutely thrilled me. It was way more than a paycheck moment for me.
Absolutely. I think this is something which we always look forward to, because
Absolutely.
I think image consulting is not just about, making or earning that kind of money. It is all about satisfaction, fulfillment, a sense of gratitude.
Absolutely.
So I think money becomes secondary. So this is something which we always look forward to. I mean, this is something which is, so I always tell people that money is a byproduct.
Yes, absolutely, ma'am. And
Money
when
will
you
always come. If you just do good work, money will always come.
yes, it just follows.
Yeah, absolutely.
So after initially when you begin with a client, you're obviously not that close to them. You don't know much about them. But as you take them through the sessions, if you're doing all the sessions with them, you get close to them. You want to see that change in them as a human being, more than just earning that amount. And that is one of the main reasons I recommend and I encourage my clients to do all sessions. Not because I would be earning out of that, but because once they go through all the sessions, the change is more drastic and it's more visible. So, as opposed to if they come to me for just one session, just for a dining etiquette session, that change won't be as visible as opposed to when, they do the entire session. And the change is not only exterior, it's also interior, it's completely to do with their confidence, how they conduct themselves, how they're willing to put across themselves, in important situations, how they have to deal with important situations. Because certain topics in soft skills like transaction analysis and all are way more than even, just on the exterior. They actually dive deep through you and, make you learn so much more than just the image part of it.
Absolutely, I totally agree with that. So there's a message from Nilambara. Nilambara, hi, this is a message that you've written about. Okay, good evening, ma'am. Would like to know if this was useful for me. I'm an associate professor at ICFAI University, Dehradun. Nilambra, even I am from Dehradun, and this definitely is useful for all those people who are interested in helping people change other people's lives. So if you are somebody who's interested in the program, please send me a direct message. You can get in touch with me and I will be able to help you with the program. So please inbox me and then I can direct you to the right person. Thank you so much. All right. We are back with Dia. Okay, Dia, my next question to you is that how do you stay relevant in today's times? Because this is a world of competition.
Absolutely.
And I think everybody is trying to be very competent in today's times. So what is your mantra to stay relevant?
So now, considering everything's online and people are looking up to you and your work what is shown on social media, and social media has put a lot on everybody's plates. People like watching, more than reading. People like to hear more than their reading. So just recently, I started making a few reels, for my page, because I thought if I write something in a form of a post, people don't tend to, read it as much or connect to it as much, and why not, put it in the form of video. So that's something that I'm working on. Also, considering the lockdown and the COVID situation, I have attended a lot of online sessions by experts, and through people who are in the same field, so as to keep myself updated. So that is also something that I'm doing. I like watching, certain short films and documentaries relating to image styling, soft skills, body language. So there's a lot of reading or watching that is happening on my part. That is to keep myself updated.
Absolutely. So do you do a lot of learning also? I mean, do you learn certain new things?
Yes, related to image and styling, I try to attend as many of these workshops. So I recently attended this workshop on luxury styling. I recently attended this workshop on color from this consultant from Australia. So, I'm trying to learn and keep up with as much as I can in times of COVID, where you can't physically go and learn something. But in fact, it's brought us more opportunities to learn things online than, going somewhere and reading something.
Absolutely fantastic. So what have you planned for the next 5 years?
Next 5 years. So COVID has taught us that nothing's working out even in the next 5 months, considering the situation that we're in. So I do have a vision, but no measurable goals as such. In the sense, I want to do as many clients, one-on-one clients as I can, and touch, the lives of the people, change them, improve them for the better, just so that I can actually make a change in someone's life, like this client of mine who I explained. So I want to do as many clients, one-on-one clients as I can, because group sessions, no doubt, they're good, and but I don't connect with the client as much in a group session as I do in a one-on-one consultation. So that is something that that I'm looking forward to, doing as many clients on a one-on-one basis as possible, teaching as many children about dining etiquette, about time management, about communication skills, body language. So all of this is on my mind. So as many people as I can cover in the next 5 years is something that I would love to go ahead with.
Great. So my last question to you, Diya, would be that what is your message for all the aspiring image consultants who would like to take up image consulting as their full-time profession?
Okay, so one thing is that image consulting may seem like a very glamorous and a very very style-oriented career, which it definitely is, but it definitely requires as much as of effort, consistency, and hard work as any other. Any other field would. So if at all you feel that if I do image consulting, is there enough market for me? There are too many image consultants out there. Will I get work? Because people don't know much about it. So that's definitely don't think about it, because there's a market for everybody. Everybody has their own set of clients which they can target and they can get. So that is one thing that don't think about not will I have that client, will I have the market for me, or so that is one thing that don't worry about that. And the second thing is that you have to keep working hard. You have to remain very consistent in order to move forward. So these are the two things. Also don't expect overnight success. You don't expect that today you become an image consultant, today you're certified and you're getting 10 clients tomorrow. No, you have to make your way through it, you have to pave your way through it, and it's something that that needs a lot of consistency and effort. So definitely go ahead with this career option, because it's not only about styling, it's a lot more, like soft skills and image consulting combined have a lot to learn and to impart the knowledge if you're interested in. And just be consistent, and just don't feel that there's no room for me. No matter how many ever image consultants out there, you'll have your clients. If no,
Of
if
course,
that's your niche,
and
you have to find your niche and get your clients. So that is
so
something
I
that.
think somebody is asking this question: does image consulting as business functional online or has better scope offline? So a lot of our image consultants are doing a lot of online work as well as offline work, and during pandemic most of our image consultants have shifted their business online, and they are doing tremendous amount of work because they feel that they do not have geographical boundaries now. Since the lockdown, they have shifted their work online, so they feel that there is no geographical limitation that they have experienced, and they have felt that their scope of work has increased tremendously. So they feel that there is a win-win situation after the lockdown. In fact, lockdown has treated them even better, and their scope of work has increased a lot. So, of course, the scope of work online and offline is both similar. So there is no reason why you should feel that it is only online or only offline. So there is scope for both online as well as offline.
Absolutely.
So thank you so much, Dia. This was
Thank you
wonderful
so much.
interaction between both of us, and it was a great inspirational conversation. And I'm
Thank
sure you have inspired a lot of people today with
Thank you.
this feeling and this thought that even people in small town places like Ahmedabad also, I mean, there are people who are doing great amount of work, and I'm sure you have inspired, you have motivated a lot of people to come up and take up image consulting as a full-time profession, and
Absolutely.
keep up the good work.
Thank
And
you.
feel
Thank you so
free
much.
to, yes, you were saying something.
Thank you so much for having me here. It was truly an honor, and thank you for all the people who joined in for the live. I hope that our stories have inspired you and probably motivated you to do something better in life.
Absolutely, and I'm sure that you must have all realized that success stories are not just created. You have to really work hard towards it and make it very, very fruitful for yourself, because people don't make success stories overnight. You have to create those stories for yourself through a lot of hard work, a lot of resilience. So thank you so much, Dia. Thank you all the viewers who are watching this live interaction. We will be back again next week with yet another guest. Until then, this is Dia Vaswani and Suman Agarwal signing off.
Thank
Thank
you.
you once again.
Thank you.